Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. That is from Jack and the Beanstalk. The big ogre, the giant, is the big giant of abnormal aging process. And it's after Jack, the small little Jack, who climbed up the beanstalk. He ran and he ran. And he ran down the beanstalk. He took an axe and he hacked. And he hacked and he hacked again. And the giant fell down and died. Yes, we are all aging. Yes, we are all maybe a little bit more wrinkle, maybe in the back of our head we notice, oh, there's a bald spot. What's going on? Well, there is such thing as an aging process. We are getting older for sure chronologically, but biologically, there's a huge difference between biology and chronology. There's a young man in the internet now, his name is Brian Johnson. He's about 50 years old. His biomarker shows that he's about 19 and 20 years old, and some are even younger. His heart is that of a 19-year-old. So biologically, he's 50, but his heart capacity to take in oxygen and to beat the heart rate, to slow down to about 50, 60, like a marathon runner, he's like a youngster. So that's what I'm talking about. There is a difference between our biology, our biological age, and our chronological age. I took a test a few years back, in fact about 3 years ago. I'm 67 right now, chronologically, but biologically I'm 58. So I know due to markers, the heart rate, the lungs, the muscle mass, look at my weight and my height, I am biologically younger than most people who are chronological age of 66. They are not able to run as fast as I can. They cannot lift weights like I can. They cannot jump like I can. And they don't have the flexibility that I do. It's because I learn, and I'm learning more and more, and it's kind of overwhelming me in thinking, and that's why I want to become a professional speaker on reversing the biological age, because it's in my mind all the time. I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at it, when I'm talking to people, when I picked up something that affected, I remember and I ask more questions. So what you have in the handout is called the Mediterranean chart, that the best diet out there is the Mediterranean diet. It looked at all the meta studies, and they found that the top diet, so there's 5 very popular diets that people all over. There's the Mediterranean diet, there's the DASH diet, which is very close to the Mediterranean diet. There is the whole food plant-based vegan diet. Then there's the, go ahead, say it. Keto diet. There's the paleo, and finally the carnivore, which is very, very much discussed in YouTube and so on. But the study shows the most research is the Mediterranean diet. It's the diet of the blue zones. It's the diet that people would eat a lot of greens, a lot of lean protein, a lot of good fats, including extra olive virgin oil, a lot of lentils and beans, and also a lot of socializing on a daily basis, and a lot of movement. They tend to want to walk, garden, walk about, a lot of physical exercise. So when I say don't be sad, which is the standard American diet, you know, America is one of the most highly developed countries, but it's also one of the highest rate of obesity. Dr. Susai could probably tell and confirm that. Child obesity, older obesity, probably almost half of the people is getting to the level of obese, and not just overweight, but obese. It's a very dangerous thing. But so don't be sad. Don't eat the standard American diet, but be glad the Mediterranean. G stands for greens, grains, whole grains, good fats. L stands for lean meats, lentils, and greens. Lentils, yes. And D, A stands for avoid anything and anything inflammatory. So all things antioxidant, blueberries, extra virgin olive oil, broccoli, omega-3, fish oil, fish. And D stands for daily socializing and movement. Now you might say, oh yeah, I got that. Okay, Mediterranean diet is the most researched. Okay, it's the healthiest, but how can you make it practical for me? Well, I had a conversation with somebody who lost 80 pounds, a youngster in the church. My wife first asked, and then I asked, because my wife said, hey, my darling, come. I said, what? Come. Look at this. Look at it. Do you remember? I said, wow, he seems to lose a lot of weight. And then so I asked him, so what's your secret? He said 3 things, and it's Mediterranean. Chicken breast, brown rice, broccoli. I said, is that it? He said, yeah, I just eat those 3 the last year. I lost 80 pounds. I said, do you do intermittent fasting? He said, no. Do you control your portion? No, I just eat chicken breast, brown rice, broccoli. So that's a way to start. You say, I don't know what to eat, what to do. Just think of these 3 things, except instead of brown rice, I would say quinoa. Quinoa has one of the highest protein and fiber intake of all the grains. There's other ones that are even more, but quinoa is relatively inexpensive and easy to find in the supermarket. So if you just go for chicken breast, quinoa, and broccoli, and sometimes you're bored, instead of chicken breast, how about salmon? Instead of salmon, sometimes you're bored, how about sardines? You might still be bored sometimes, how about tofu? How about chicken tofu? How about fish tofu? And then brown rice, quinoa, could be even sometimes white rice, as long as you combine lean protein and vegetables like broccoli. The fiber will cause the sugar spike to slow down. Broccoli, sometimes, how about spinach? Sometimes kale. How much? 1 palm size for each meal. If it's 3 times a meal, palm size chicken breast. Handful of quinoa, handful of broccoli. That's it. How hard is that? That's the Mediterranean style. Be glad. Don't be sad. Guess what? If you just adopt this simple thing, let's say these 3 things again. Everyone say chicken breast.
Chicken breast.
Everyone say quinoa.
Quinoa.
Everyone say broccoli.
Broccoli.
Guess what? If you eat this in a few months, you're gonna chop down that tree. And the big bad giant who keeps saying ho, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman, will fall down and die, and you will age gracefully. Thank you.